Shalom. I want to give all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessings to you, sincere Akim, holding forth to this truth. Alright. Teaching this doctrine fervent, alright, fervently, and living it. Alright. Shalom to you. This lesson, I'm just gonna briefly go into how the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, clearly made a distinction in the scriptures about who he's going to, who he's for and who he's not for. Alright. There's many who argue and dispute that, there's no hate in the Bible, that the God of the Bible is only God of love. Okay? But we know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua does have a select lineage that he chose to bless. Okay? And just one brief example I'm going to give in this lesson is Jacob and Esau. Alright, of course there's others like Abel and Cain. Alright. To go further into the history. But just want to focus on Jacob and Esau. Alright. Here I'm going to start with Genesis 25, the verse 23. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two men of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Right, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is actually not only responsible for that, for the two men of people in a womb. Okay, but he's also overseeing it. Alright. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Alright. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Right. So Esau was the firstborn out of the two nations of people. All right. Esau representing the nation of Edom. All right, and then Jacob representing the nation of Israel. If you go to Genesis 32nd chapter, 24 verse on down, you see Jacob became the father of Israel, of the 12 tribes of Israel, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, and you go to Genesis 36th chapter, you see Esau and his lineage. Okay, and you can clearly see the distinction and the difference. All right. According to your level of understanding and in the spirit. All right. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay. Again, the Most High ordained that there be two men of people in Rebekah's womb. Okay. Two men of people. They represent two separate nations. This was ordained from the womb. So you can't dispute that. Moving on, Genesis 27. The Most High has does have favorites. Salakia. The Most High does have favorites, and he does, and he makes it clear. All right, in the scriptures. Esau is not his favorite out of the two. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. All right, so Esau hated Jacob, man, because Jacob took the birthright. All right, it says, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right. So Yahweh Bashem El Shah has a controversy against Esau. Okay, and this is where it stems from, because Esau sought to slay Jacob, and we know Jacob is the father of Israel. Okay, Israel came out of the loins of Jacob. All right, and Israel is the chosen people of Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. Okay. So Most High is not gonna let Esau slide. He's not gonna let him just have his way. There's a sure end to his rulership in his kingdom. All right, and he's not chosen. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son. All right, so Rebekah is warning Jacob, man. All right, because Esau wants to kill him. And said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. All right, so Esau wanted to kill Jacob, but the Most High, through Rebekah, warned Jacob and told him to flee and get out of there. All right. And as you read on, Jacob becomes the father of Israel, of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. They come from his loins, man. All right. So the Most High was looking out after Jacob the whole entire time. And now to prove that, to the next precept, Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. This is the Most High reiterating in the New Testament. All right. So it's really hard to dispute that Yahweh Hashem El Shah doesn't have favorites. Okay. That he doesn't have a chosen people. No, he has a chosen people. He chose Jacob. Right. Again, in Genesis 32nd chapter, start from the 24th verse on down, you can see that Jacob represented the nation of Israel. And throughout the scriptures, the Most High is addressing his people, nation of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. I'll read it again, Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Then you ask yourself, well, how so? How sure is this? Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah 1, verse 8 to 10. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? Okay, the Most High has a controversy with Edom. And understanding out of the mount of Esau. All right, Esau is Edom. All right. Edom was given to Esau. All right, that's part of his inheritance. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Why? Why is Esau? Why is the Most High targeting Esau? All right, here we go. Verse 10: For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So the Most High wants to eradicate you, Edomites, man. All right, because of the violence against his chosen people, man, his chosen seed line, his inheritance. He wants to eradicate you. All right, and you don't believe it? Most High reiterates this also. Let's go to Isaiah 63:1. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom? Edom again is the land, is Esau's inheritance. All right, the land that Esau inherited. With thy garments from Basra. All right, Basra is also a town in Edom. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. This is talking about Yahushua. All right, when he comes with treading the wine press of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh. 3. I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger. Who's them? He's talking about Edom, the nation of Edom, you Edomites. All right, and everything you rule, all your whole kingdom, okay, that you rule in wickedness, including Babylon the Great. All right, the EU nations, all the kingdoms. All right, under Edomite rulership, all the way up to you, the 1%, the bankers and the elites, man. It says, for I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. So Yahushua, when he comes back, and he's coming to butcher and utterly destroy you Edomites, man. Okay? Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. That sounds like a man ready for war. Alright? That's not a power you want to mess with. Alright? Sure, not one you could stand against, and the proof of that is in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. All right, 3rd verse on down. All right, it's not a power you want to mess with. We're talking about the only begotten Son, all right, of the Most High Yahweh. When Yahweh shall come back, man, he's going to utterly slaughter and slay his enemies, man. And Esau, Edomites, man, you are his enemy. Alright. 5. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. Verse 6. And I will tread down the people in my anger. Who's the people, man? All his enemies, all the enemies of the Most High Yahweh Shah. They're gonna get trodden down. How? The thermonuclear fire. They get burned by the laser beams of the chariots, man. Alright. Utter destruction and chaos, man. Again, Yahweh Bashem El Shah is coming back to kill. Alright. And Edom, you're on his hit list. Alright. And make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. They're going to overthrow your kingdom, or your kingdoms here on earth. Alright. I'll leave it there. Hopefully I can edified. I give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, and Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, room teach well, peace and blessing to you, sincere Hakim, pushing this truth fervently on day to day, and living right, and living accordingly. All right, sincerity, the truth, Shalom.